Hello everybody and welcome to a Theros Beyond Draft here on MTG Arena. Before I dive in, I do want to remind you that if you enjoy the video, be sure to help me out by clicking that thumbs up button, subscribing to the channel so you catch my future uploads, and leaving a comment in the comment section down below if you have any questions or feedback. If you would like to catch me streaming live, you can find me on twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. Okie dokie. So, moving into this pack, Enigmatic Incarnation is actually very good. Like, I really enjoy playing with this card, and it's kind of a sleeper, and I was initially very low on it, so I'm very tempted to just take this card and show everyone how good this card can be. But we'll check the rest of the pack too. But this card is definitely a great build around, and if you're playing with real people, they might not be onto it. Force mono blue. We're not going to force mono blue. I don't really enjoy forcing strategies, but we try to just draft the archetypes that are open, or if we open a really good bomb, we might force mono blue. Like if we opened Thrix the Sudden Storm or the Kraken that like makes a tentacle every turn. Force blue green. Okay, folks, that video was we ended up with a pretty good deck, I'm not gonna lie, but it was the fact that black kind of beat us over the head. It just kind of was awkward to get into black at any individual time because I kind of was in a spot. But okay, Enigmatic Incarnation is quite good. Theros Enraptured is also pretty solid. It's not like insane or anything because the 3-2 sometimes gets brickwalled, but I think it's definitely above average and better than all the blue commons. In the common section, I think the best common is Daybreak Chimera, and then Heliod's Pilgrim is very good as well. Thirst for Meaning, I think, is the best blue common, which is kind of an indication of what blue does. Blue's kind of like a spin your wheels type archetype. Furious Rise is also pretty solid. I think the Enigmatic Incarnation is worth building around and also a really cool card to showcase, so I think I'm going to take it here, pack one, pick one, and show you what it can do. After that, I'd probably take Theros, and then I would take Daybreak Chimera. I think this is more of a card you only want in red-green, because green does have a lot of 4-powered creatures. Let's see what we can get here. Okay, so starting off with an Enigmatic Incarnation, second pick we can pick up an Theros. I think it's the best card in the pack. I think Elysian Carriage is also quite good. Enigmatic Incarnation decks often splash. I've actually played with it twice. This is why I know these things. In my experience with the card, they splash because one of the best cards with Enigmatic Incarnation is Omen of the Hunt, which is the 3-mana green or enchantment that when it comes into play, you search for a basic land of any color and put it into play tapped. And if you couldn't play that card, it can fix your mana so you can play a bunch of powerful cards in different colors. And then when you drop your Enigmatic Incarnation, you can immediately sacrifice it to get a 4-drop, and then you can sack that to get a 5-drop. So Elysian Carriage actually works pretty well with Enigmatic Incarnation. And I'm kind of tempted to play it with over Theros here. But Theros is also just a very good card. So I think we're going to take this and then see where that leads us. Next pick, we see a Voracious Typhon. I see no real reason to abandon our colors that we have here. Hydra's Growth is pretty solid, but I don't like going all in when I can just take a card that's a little bit less committal and leaves me still with a very powerful card. There's not really an option to stay super heavy blue. I think Heliod's Punishment is a card you'll want in an aggressive white deck. So if you're trying to beat down, this card is quite nice, but it's not as good in just a general white deck because sometimes you're going to end up with a controlling white deck. Other cards, Impending Doom is okay. I don't really prioritize it because it does leave you really open to getting blown out. So I'm not super high on it, but you can play it if you're kind of an all-in aggro deck. I think in this pack I go Voracious Typhon and then Hydra's Growth and then maybe Brine Giant. I've actually been pretty impressed with this. You can oftentimes get it down for quite cheap. But we're going to just take Voracious Typhon. One thing we're going to try and prioritize with Enigmatic Incarnation is enchantment creatures. Let's just take the Voracious Typhon, see where that leads us. And now there's a Dreadful Apathy. This card is the best card in the pack by a significant margin. I think it's better than Alseid of Life's Bounty. It's the best white common, and we're just going to be taking this here pretty easily, I might add as well. One other thing, yeah, we could even splash this card if we end up with the tools to splash, but I just think this card's too much of a signal to pass up. In the common slot, I think the best common is Underworld Ragehound. It doesn't really go with our strategy, but sometimes you've got to be willing to abandon ship and draft. And then Citizen Training is like very mediocre. You can sometimes play it with your Incarnation. Like it's a solid card. You'll play this card in most green decks, but it's not like a high pick or anything. It's kind of a nice combo with Incarnation because you'll draw the card, which helps you dig to Incarnation, and then once you have Incarnation, you can sacrifice Citizen Training to bring in Theros Enraptured or any other 3-drops you have. But here I think it's a pretty clear Dreadful Apathy because it's just the best card in the pack, and we're still reading signals. Now, Dreamshaper Shaman has underperformed for me. I will say I was initially low on this card, and then I played against it once in a matchup where I couldn't kill it, and it just took over the game. And it has done that against me a couple times, but it's a very slow card. So you want one copy in certain decks. I do like it in deck like red-green decks that have Elysian Caryatids or Omens that are going to eventually run out of value, because then you can just start sacrificing your Dreamshaper Shaman. You can use Dreamshaper Shaman to sacrifice your Caryatids, but I don't think it's a super high pick. 1 mana, 1/1 enchantment has been overperforming. I think that card's definitely solid, for sure. Furious Rise. Oh, the blue one. Oh, the Eidolon, yeah. The Eidolon has also been overperforming for me. I've been pretty impressed with that card as well. Mischievous Chimera is pretty good, but I don't think we are going to move into a blue-red deck with this start. Furious Rise is pretty good with the Voracious Typhon. Not sure how good it is with these other cards. Hello, M.I. Curdo. Hello, hello. I think Elysian Caryatid's probably going to be my pick here over the Dreamshaper Shaman and the Furious Rise. Like, I think these cards are definitely solid, but they don't necessarily work with what I already have. Like, Furious Rise only really works with green, I think, because green has Loathsome Chimera, Voracious Typhon. This card is a little bit rough to splash unless you're a heavy green deck, too. So I think we're just going to take the Caryatid. It's a very good card. And after that, I'd probably take maybe even Return to Nature. Ichthyomorphosis is also quite nice. Furious Rise is tempting. Dreamshaper Shaman's tempting. But I think we're just going to take the Elysian Caryatid. Moving on to pick 4. I'm actually okay playing Nyxborn Seaguard if I have an Enigmatic Incarnation in my deck, because you can sacrifice this to go get a 5-drop, which is generally going to be pretty solid. The Lagona Band Storyteller. You like the Mana Dork as well? Nice to know we're in agreement, Emeric Doe. Lagona Band Storyteller is an interesting one. It works well with Dreadful Apathy because you can use it to get back your removal spells. It works pretty well with like the enchantments you might sacrifice to Enigmatic. You can sacrifice an Omen, then you can get back the Omen with Lagona, gain some life. I don't think Hero is as high of a pick as I previously thought. Deny the Divine's a pretty good blue common, but it's much better when you have a lot of blue commons that are going to be caring about tap out. We don't actually have a ton of blue cards at the moment. I think Nyxborn could be the pick, but we could also just take the Lagona Band Storyteller. I've really not been impressed with white-green, though. White-green, I have to say, has been a complete and utter fail for me in this format. I don't know why. I just don't know if the cards have great synergy. They just don't line up well together or something like that, but I have gotten crushed every time I played white-green. The Nyxborn Seaguard has been an overperformer. It's also an enchantment creature, so I might just take that. And I don't think Lagona is all that powerful, so I think we're just going to take the Nyxborn Seaguard. And now a pretty easy Ichthyomorphosis keeps us into blue. It's a pretty solid blue removal spell. Some people I just talk with have this as the best blue common. I don't think I'm quite there, but it's definitely a solid removal spell that you're happy running. Starlit Mantle works pretty well with the Incarnation. Underworld Ragehound's pretty a very good card. I think it's one of the top red commons, probably number 3. But I'm not playing red right now, so I think we're just going to take the Ichthyomorphosis. And now there's a Traveler's Amulet, which you can sometimes use to help you splash in this style of deck. We don't really need Gift of Strength, so I think we'll just take this, and then it can help us splash our Dreadful Apathy potentially. Looking at what wield, I like getting a Skola Grove Dancer. Just the fact that it's an enchantment creature is really nice for this sort of deck. Sweet Oblivion is actually a real card in the format. There are some blue decks that can just stall the game and then win with this. The way you play this card out is you play a deck filled with the 05 Turtle, a bunch of card draw like Thirst for Meaning, really controlling game plan with counters, and then your opponent eventually gets to like 20 cards in their deck, and you go Sweet Oblivion, you flashback Sweet Oblivion, next turn Sweet Oblivion, flashback Sweet Oblivion, and you've just milled 16 cards, so you can just kind of kill them out of nowhere in your control deck. So Triumphant Surge is a pretty solid card as well, definitely a card you can consider splashing, but I like getting a good 2-drop. Having good 2-drops is really important in this format. Nexus Wardens, not a card that I'm in love with, but it definitely can do some work, and I don't think we're in the market for Memory Drain, so we'll take it. Wow, Hydra's Growth came back, eh? I really like Citizen Training with Incarnation. We don't really have a ton of combos with it, though. And Hydra's Growth is very powerful, so I think we're just going to take Hydra's Growth. The thing I like about Hydra's Growth is that in the late game, it's not really a strict 2-for-1. It turns your Elysian Caryatid or something like that was basically useless. Like a 1/1 and late in the game is kind of like a dead card. And it turns that into a must-kill threat, which is just very powerful on a 3-drop enchantment. You would like to see me do the mill strategy? Maybe some other time. We're not really in that type of deck right now. And Relentless Pursuit, we're not going to be playing it, I don't think. We do have a Typhon, so maybe we'll end up there. Okie doke. Very powerful red card here. You can't really splash a double pipped card, but this card is definitely quite good. It's just too far off base of what we're doing. I actually really like Nylea's Forerunner in the Enigmatic Incarnation deck because you can sacrifice a 4-mana enchantment like Nyxborn Seaguard to go get it, and then sacrifice Nylea's Forerunner to go get some very powerful 6-mana creatures. There's also another Dreadful Apathy, which we might just take as another card we can splash. If we're already planning on splashing one off of this Traveler's Amulet plus Elysian Caryatid plus Plains, we could potentially get there on the second one as well. And Nylea's Forerunner is the type of card that's kind of disposable. Sea God Scorn is better in this format than it has been in the past, because you can bounce your own omens in addition to some of their creatures. I think we're going to take the Dreadful Apathy and commit to splashing white a little bit. The Bant colors are the best ones for enchantment synergies anyway. And now another Dreadful Apathy. The more Dreadful Apathies we get, the easier it becomes to justify splashing things. So let's just pick up another one of these over a Return to Nature. Return to Nature is actually very good as well. And the Nyxborn Seaguard's probably number 3 over the Moss Viper, just because it's another enchantment creature, helps us stall the game. And we're hoping to pick up some 5-drops at some point. Okay, so this pack, I think we just take the Omen. Is this set good to play 3 colors? I think playing 3 colors in this set isn't as good unless you have a deck that really benefits from it. So Enigmatic Incarnation, you really want Omen of the Hunt, and Omen of the Hunt really enables splash as well. So I think the Omen of the Hunt will be great in this deck, and it's a pretty clear pick here over Shoal Kraken. And then, yeah, we do want to get some 5-drop, some expensive creatures to move Enigmatic Incarnation into, but we can pick this up later. We're not going to splash Helios Pilgrim. We already have the 3 Dreadful Apathies, and we don't need to splash black when we already are splashing white. I also don't love splashing Mire's Grasp because it's more of an early game. So a lot of the power comes from you can play it in the early turns, and when you're splashing it, you do not have that power. We get that Omen of the Hunt. And now there's a Fateful End, but I don't think we're going to splash red. But if we did, we could play it. There's also Vexing Gull, which is somewhat playable for sure. It's just not as at home in this deck. Then I think Fateful End's probably just the pick on the off chance we splash red, whereas Vexing Gull just doesn't really do a ton for us. Another Omen of the Hunt, perfect. Really like picking this up. Rose's Blessing is also fantastic in the Enigmatic Incarnation deck, but I think we need more fixing before we can justify splashing a second color. We're already splashing white. Dreadful Apathy is not great with Enigmatic Incarnation. Maybe in response to... No, you can't sacrifice it and sacrifice it to both. That would not work. Yeah, I kind of like the Rose's Blessing, but I think we're just going to take the Omen here. And now another Skola Grove Dancer. This is an enchantment we can sacrifice to go get one of our more powerful 3-drops. And then you can sack a 3-drop to get a 4-drop a lot of the time. Mystic Repeal. Actually a very solid main deckable card in this format. Helps you stay ahead of the game. I don't mind playing a Starlit Mantle, but I like getting a Mystic Repeal here. Brine Giant could be quite big. I like that. We have a decent amount of enchantments. And Brine Giant seems like a good top-end card. Now, Eidolon of Philosophy or Plummet. I like Eidolon a decent amount. It's a pretty solid card. It helps my Brine Giant become cheaper. Hey, welcome Fathom Official. I think Eidolon is good. The black cards are going around kind of too late here. Neither of these cards should be in the pack. It kind of makes me worried for the meta. But I think we're going to take Eidolon over the sideboard card. Nexus Warden is kind of a good Plummet substitute for the sideboard. Ooh, another Nyxborn Seaguard. Sign me up. That over Moss Viper. Deny the Divine is an okay option. We could take Altar, but I don't think we want Altar when we already have 2 Omens. And now Chain to Memory. Memory Drain. And Minions Return. Okay, so this is part of the power of the deck. We can probably just splash Pulchronos. Because we're going to be a heavy green deck, and one of the most busted things you can do, it's actually a really sick combo, is you play your Enigmatic Incarnation and then sack the Omen of the Hunt to go get Pulchronos. It does not feel fair, even remotely. So we have a second splash. I wouldn't mind getting an Omen of the Sea. A Binding could be okay to get. But yeah, let's just take the Pulchronos and revel in our glory. And now we can get Nyx's Forerunner, I think. Ooh, or Thirst for Meaning. Nyx's Forerunner is really nice as a card you can pod into. But Thirst for Meaning is super powerful as well. Oh, yes. 4-color hype. I really like the Omens, but we're not going to be splashing Black Omen. Thirst for Meaning is really good in this type of deck. I think we're just going to take it. We need ways to get rid of extra lands. Now we get a Eutropia. We're going to have a lot of enchantments entering play, so this card's going to be fantastic. I wouldn't mind another Thirst. I wouldn't mind another Elysian Caryatid, but Eutropia's got to be the pick here. It's just super powerful in our color combo. And now... Ooh. Omen of the Sun. Sacrifice it to go get a Pelucranos is also sick. Oh, this is tricky, tricky, tricky. There's also a Final Death we could consider splashing. Splashing Omen of the Sun seems a bit much. I think Staggering Insight is a bit of a trap in this deck because it's much better when you can put it on an evasive creature. And our creatures are just all ground creatures. We don't have any flyers, I don't think. Like, we're just all on the ground. So it's just not really doing much for us. Final Death is honestly a tempting splash as well. I've been very impressed by that. Will velo me? I don't know what velo means. I'm from California. Final Death is tempting as another card to splash black for. Oh, I'm not in California right now though. I'm actually in London right now. Final Death, I think, versus Ichthyomorphosis. I think we're just going to take the Final Death. And now Starlit Mantle's a pretty good pickup here. Fan. Big fan. Helps protect our key creatures. Binding came back. There's also a Warbriar's Blessing and Omen of the Hunt. Third Omen of the Hunt is pretty good, I think. Binding is also okay. Warbriars is pretty solid. We don't have we have a pretty good amount of removal. Let's just take the third Omen. I'm so glad, Fathom Official, that you've been enjoying it. And now we will take Nylea's Forerunner. Pretty happy to get a 5-mana card. It's really important to have at least one, so pretty sweet. I think the Spider's also okay, by the way. We could take Omen of the Sun here. Could also just take Gift of Strength. Flicker of Fate. The combo with Dreadful Apathy is real, but we're not going to have that much white mana. We could also just take Omen of the Sun. Big fan of that card. Let's just take Gift of Strength to help us against flyer decks. And Binding came back. Perfect. Perfecto. Okie-doke. Let's just jam that. Another Nylea's Forerunner. Perfect. Stern Dismissal is a pretty good card as a one-of. This deck is really good. Another one. Oh my gosh, last pick Binding of the Titans. This deck really came together, folks. Really came together. Okay, so we do not need Traveler's Amulet with 3 copies of Omen of the Hunt. We do not need... I think this card's actually going to be pretty good for us. It's so many playables, it makes it tricky. We don't use our graveyard all that well. Maybe we don't want Binding. We only have 2 escape cards. So we have relatively good early plays. How many removals do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're going to cut 1 Dreadful Apathy, though. This guy's kind of like removal a lot of the time. Thirst for Meaning is good. I think we're going to cut Deny the Divine. Oh, we also have Ichthyomorphosis. Making cuts is always tricky. Could cut Idle on a Philosophy. Doesn't really do as much for us. When you have Pelucranos to get, an Enigmatic Incarnation becomes fantastic. It's like a second Pelucranos. Maybe Nexus Wardens is better in the sideboard. I think we're going to run 1 Swamp, 1 Plains, 8, 9, 15, 16. 16, I think we need 17 lands. It'll make it slightly riskier of flooding, but I think it'll be worth it. Let's check our color distribution. 15, 10, yeah, so 9, 8, 8, 7, I mean 1, 1. 17. 1, 2, 3, 4 4-drops. How many removals? Pretty much as many as you can get max power. Our deck just has a lot, so we need other things. Maybe Starlit Mantle isn't good. All of our threats are pretty interchangeable. Though it is pretty nice with Eutropia. We could cut Stern Dismissal. Try not to get too greedy here. How many creatures do we have? 13. Oh gosh, this is tricky. We could just cut the white splash. That would make our deck a little bit more independent, I think. Because we picked up a better black splash. Then we could afford to run 2 swamps. Makes our mana a little bit better. And we already have 1, 2, 3. Maybe then we're a little bit light on removal. Splashing white is definitely something I would like to do. Just we have so many playables, and making our mana worse might not be worth it. We need to keep all our early plays, I think. I could see cutting 1 of those and 1 of those. No, I think we want to keep the second Forerunner. This seems pretty solid to me. I think the Nexus Warden is going to be really good for helping us stabilize while we get a bunch of value. We have 3 4-drops, which is enough. Maybe we'd want... I think getting another 4-drop in there is probably good. So we're at 15, 17 lands. Splashing white for Dreadful Apathy is definitely a consideration. But what do we cut then? Cutting Stern Dismissal is an option, but we need some interaction. I think I like cutting Starlit Mantle. Yeah, let's cut Starlit Mantle. We don't have great ways to hold up our mana and get profit from it. Yeah, that's going to do it for the deck. I'll be excited to see how it performs. We only have 3 2-drops, which is a bit of a weakness. I wish we could have gotten more. But I guess we'll just have to see how it performs, and I'll catch you all in the matches. Before I get to the matches, I want to give a big shout out to all of my patrons over at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Thank you so much for your support, and special thanks to my patrons that support at the credits level, Eric S., Stephen W., Brent, and Mr. Martinez. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And if you would like to learn more about the Patreon, you can find that information at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Without further ado, let's get to the matches. Welcome to round 1. We will choose to play first. We made 1 change to the deck. We cut a... the Hydra's Growth for an Eidolon. On the play, I think we're going to keep this hand. We're 1 forest away from this being like a game-winning hand. We'll just get Pelucranos out. And we have 8 forests in the deck. Maybe on the play that's not worth it. How many do we have? We have 8. We have 33 cards in our deck. So we have roughly 1 in 4 odds both times. So we have like a 50% chance. Let's just keep it. We do need to hit a forest. I'm really liking these lands. It was a good choice. I'll give myself that. It is a risky hand, I agree. But you know what they say. Sometimes you've got to risk it to get the biscuit. I was going to let people finish that in their heads. It's our boy, Eidolon. This time we are going to play it out because we have a lot to do with our mana if we do draw spell lands. Okay. We did not get there. Sad day. Play around my counterspell opponent. Nope. No fear. No fear whatsoever. Opponent does not possess the fear gene. Okay, they hit me for 4. I'm okay with this. Give me that forest. Oh, that sweet, sweet Illyrios. Oh, yes. The true glory of Illyrios. Haha. Please don't have another enchantment. No! Oh, gosh. The agony. Okay, folks. I will say, a forest would be a good draw. I'm just going to say it. Okay, that is not a forest. I think we lose. Next turn we take 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, let's just go to the next game. We did get punished. That is the nature of the old high risk, high reward. Okay, so we know a little bit what they're doing. They have a good amount of double striker guys, and they have some enchantment synergies. So we could bring in Chain to Memory. Chain of Memory is good against those double strikers, as are the 2/5s. And what do we cut? Eidolon doesn't block anything. It blocks the 1/3. They look like they'll have enchantments. Discerner's Missile still seems good. Let's cut Eidolon. Chain of Memory is kind of like a nice little early game buffer as well. We probably don't need 3 of those. Probably not as important to have that guy though, so maybe we just keep in Eidolon and run it like this. Hating land draws. I think it's just rough land draws is the left land draws. See you later, max power. We will play first. Oh yes. Oh yes. Opponent will feel my wrath. Deny the Divine. The Deny the Divine doesn't really work great with my deck overall, I don't think. Because I don't really have... I mean, I have some things to do at instant speed. Like, I have the Omens. I think it's kind of my, like, bomb insurance plan. Opponent's like, ah, now I see why you did literal nothing last game. No! I'm sad to draw my Pelucranos because now I can't get him out on turn 4. Actually, I can. I can just play him, but... Natural Tron. We're actually going to go fetch our second... Okay, sure. Sure thing, buddy. Oh, opponent. So young and naive in the ways of the world. Take action. We're going to get our second island. What archetype in the set would this even be? This is Enigmatic Incarnation. Enigmatic was pick 1, and then Polukranos was what we opened pack 3. I really wanted to show off this card. Don't do it, opponent. Don't do me like this. Come on, mate. Be a pal. Don't kill my Polukranos. Polukranos is a friend to all creatures. It is sick, His Highness Stannis. It is indeed sick. Yes, otherwise I was going to splash white. I'm not actually 4 color, I'm only 3 color. Now that I don't have all the white cards. Ouch. And Polukranos is sad. We don't have it. We could play the Nyxborn and sacrifice them to go get our 5 mana 5/3. But I think currently holding up Polukranos is pretty nice. We're gonna start gaining life. There you go. No, we have no 4-drops left to get. That's so sad. That's actually major sadness. We're good to scry, though. I don't think we need to play the Nyxborn Seaguard. We'll just hold up the Omen of the Hunt and the Final Death. Sure. Daxos is really irritating. Could be correct to just Final Death him at some point here. Drawing our last 4-drop is a real bummer. Because not being able to turn this into a creature feels so bad. Justice, Daxos. That is what is known in the business as justice. Chomp. Get our second swamp. We're going to sacrifice it to get our 5/3 because this allows us to not only gain 2 life, but also get closer to fueling our Polukranos. That is a sad day. Many 1/1s were made this day. Wait, why didn't I block with my 1/4? Whoopsie daisies. That was a mistake, as they say. Eutropia, twice favored. Perfect. Ugh. Is Daxos worth final deathing? Probably not. He is a 3/9. Yeah, I'm gonna final death him. He's just too big. I'm never gonna be able to punch through that on offense. I don't have any flying, other than Eutropia. Getting closer. He needs 6 cards. What's the escape cost? Where does it say the escape? I'm just trying to read my own card. Okay, escape. For its escape cost. Where is the escape cost? Oh, there it is. 6 other cards. You just have to scroll wheel. More threat. Yeah, kinda. It is kind of a threat here. But I've got that handled. We're out of cards to go get, sadly. Oh no. Give me Satyr. Yes, this is the card I wanted. He fuels my escape. My escape needs. Where do I want to put the counter? So something that needs to get up to livable levels. Now he can kill anything. We're going to sacrifice him on the end of the turn. So... to get Illyrios. No! Well, we can sacrifice this guy to get him back now. I was going to assume they have +2/+1. Thank you so much. The Dragonite for the follow. I appreciate it. Interesting attack. Yep, that guy's about to die. Also, we have this Nexus Wardens. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. Get killed, Hydra. I mean, Chimera. No attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. We just want to gain another 2 life. And put a counter on. The Eutropia. 2 life is honestly so relevant here. Two to the bottom. How do they get so many tokens? Double Reverent Hoplite, Saranac. Do we need more 4-drops? Let's give Pelucranos flying. And then we'll just kill 2 of his guys. I wish I could sacrifice this to get something. Maybe we do need more 4-drops for these long games. I'm glad we waited on Pelucranos fighting. I think we'll get 2 fights in with Pelucranos. Kill this and this. Then on upkeep, we'll scry. Oh, I will not forget. Honestly, our deck doesn't function without Pelucranos. It's kind of a bummer. Let's put this on the top. Just another blocker. We don't have any more 3-drops to go get. It also gains us some life. Draw. I don't want to die to them giving everything +2/+2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. That means they could get through for maximum 12. 13 if you include this, but I'm going to kill 2 of their guys, so I think we can also hit with this guy. We have no more 3-drops to go get. Boom! Let's go! Haha! Feels good. Okay, so we do not want Apathy. Deny the Divine could be really good. Memory Drain could be good. Seaguard could be good. We haven't really seen any removal. I don't really want to go Hydra's Growth because I don't want to go too much bigger. Trample is going to be really good in this matchup. Binding, not so much, I don't think. I don't think we need Brine Giant. Maybe Memory Drain's a bit expensive. Mystic Repeal doesn't really kill a ton of stuff. Like, the best thing they had to go get was a Sentinel's Eyes. And I think Chain of Memory's a little bit overrated for us. Let's try it like this. This deck is totally sick, I agree. Okay, we'll keep this hand. We have a 4-drop to help us stabilize. Some early interaction. If we can draw a forest here, it's going to be fantastic. Well, that was probably about our best draw. We're just going to counter that before they can get their eyes. We'll make our defenses a little bit stronger. I do have the thing that gives my guys trample. Hello, Pelucranos. Nice of you to join us. I think I'm going to be using this for the foreseeable future, so maybe I just want to bounce this now. I know it's my go, opponent. The only aura I've seen is... I think it's safer to just wait. Hello. Our opponent doesn't seem like they can beat a Pelucranos. Our opponent is indeed impatient. That is a word I would use to describe them. I think they're doing this part just to spite me. Let's say hello to them, see how they feel. It is your go. No, let's hit him with the good game. Humph. Humph is a very LSV thing to say. Now I'll just hold up my thirst remaining. I'm just going to kill one of their things every turn. Sure. Hey, Black Mambo 88, welcome. Hashtag toxic. That's definitely the word I would use to describe myself. Just saying good game over and over. Oh man. They started it. That's all I'm going to say. We got into a Twitter feud. This is the MTG Arena equivalent of a Twitter feud. Just saying good game and your go and all that jazz. Judge. Calling a judge. Oh gosh. Opponent and I have our disagreements. But Falcon and I, we're like brothers. We're like this. Inseparable. Johnny and NicolaiBolas. They're just doing it to troll me. This guy is such a troll. Oh my gosh, he's literally just sitting there for no reason. We're going to get rid of our Omen of the Hunt, I think. My turn. Oh, punished. We're going to get our Eutropia down. Fight there. Whew. No attacks. End turn. Oh, you know what we're doing. We're starting the chain. We're getting our life gain into play. Keep putting counters on our Pelucranos so he can fight things again. Boom. Sacrifice. Seaguard. Oh no, whoops. Shoot, I forgot that I had drawn my second one. Whoopsie daisies. That was quite poor of me. I really messed that one up. I was not paying attention. I knew I had only 2 of those in my deck, but I still just willy-nilly sacked my guy. Yeah, it's been pretty fun for me as well. Got him. And now we can get our Illyrios. Pretty nice upgrade. Need more chain. I mean, I'm getting enough value as it is. I have an Ichthyomorphosis for if things go terribly wrong. Come at me, bro. Oh, definitely. I've done that before, actually, His Highness Stannis. I actually splashed that card in this archetype before. And we get the win. Pretty nice, and I'll see you in the next round. Welcome to round 2. I made one change to the deck. I cut the Brine Giant for another one of these guys. On the play, we're going to mulligan this hand. Oh, gosh. We have to keep this, though. Ugh. We need to draw some islands or a swamp. So we have a decent amount of outs, but... There we go. There's an island. Red-green, eh? Our opponent is getting in there with their spider. We did it! Let's go! Haha. No Hydra enchantment? No, we don't need it to win the game, and it's kind of clunky in our deck. I'll side it in the right matchup, but our deck already struggles from being too reliant on one creature a lot of the time. Maybe it would be good. I don't know. I just don't think we need it to win. Never didn't have it. Agreed. I'm ready, opponent. Polucrinus at this part of the game is not that scary. It's just like a brick wall for a little bit if they want to suicide these couple guys in. But it's still going to give me time to set up. I could see play... actually, maybe I should play Hydra's Growth just because it's a ultra combo with Polucrinus. We'll block here. It's a little bit of less expected, and if they have +2/+0, I don't want to lose my guy. It is a 4-mana 6/6, but the fact that it doesn't keep its counters makes it a pretty decent amount worse. I mean, otherwise it would be very, very, very unfair. Yikes. Wrecked. No attacks. Dang, that final flare was annoying. Really blew me out for not blocking the Chimera, I'll tell you that much. The more I think about it, the more the Hydra card seems good because I have other counter synergy, so it's going to be a threat immediately. I think I'll put that card in the main deck. Okay. Sure thing, bud. No blocks. We'll take 4. Island me. Nope. We're going to use our bounce spell. We're going to get an island with this. Yeah, exactly. Those were both very good draws. Yikes! I am afraid, for there is fear in me. I have a Starlit Mantle in the sideboard too. I could just play the combo. And I can sack both of them to my Enigmatic Incarnation. The more I think about it, the better it sounds. Like, I considered it, but it didn't feel like I needed it to win. And it also felt like a little bit, I don't know, tough. We have a nice double block setup for this guy. If they don't have a combat trick. 3 or more creatures, they discard a card, and then they... Sure. I am ready for you, opponent. Bring it. This guy milling 2 cards is actually going to be pretty relevant. Okay. Okay, I see it. That's a bummer. Not gonna lie. I was hoping he'd stick around. We have some pretty expensive cards in our deck, like 4-drops and stuff, so we didn't really want to sacrifice that on upkeep. So we have a double block there. Single block, block, take 4. I will say we are not in great shape this game. Sure, Scophos Maze Warden. Double blocking that seems pretty good to me. I could also chump it and kill that. Then I take 2. If I'm going to chump it, I might as well do that. Next turn we're going to bring back Pelucranos. No, we can't bring back Pelucranos because I didn't chump with my second guy. We'll put that on the top. That's actually a perfect draw because now we can bring back Pelucranos. Get out of here, buddy. The chains are broken! He's back! Okay. I think we're in good shape. What do you guys think?
Looks like we're a stabilized city.
So this is a 3/4, so if we double block it with these, then it can pump up twice to kill one. This'll trade, he'll bring it back. Pelucranos will go down to a 7/7, I guess. Only a 7/7. Starting to refuel my graveyard. We can fight this, then we can trade them off again. Now we're like advantaged. We've come all the way back. Pelucranos down. Sad day. Maybe not. Maybe Nyxborn Seaguard down. Nope, Pelucranos down. Do I have another Nylea's Forerunner in the deck? I do. No, I do not have another Nylea's Forerunner in the deck. Decline. Whew, close call. So any enchantments are going to be pretty good. Also, Starlit Mantle means we can get our 3-drops more reliably. Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of the Hydra's Growth Starlit Mantle now. The more I think about it. And I am sad. Very sad. Yep. Well, we drew 2 lands at the worst possible time. That was a big sad. So let's bring in the Starlit Mantle Hydra's Growth combo now. The more I play it, the more I like it. Let's also maybe bring in a Binding, because they have a lot of graveyard stuff and it's a little bit of graveyard hate in a way. Especially if you play it early. The 5/3 was honestly not super impressive. Just doesn't really do what we need. We definitely keep 1 copy, maybe. Or maybe we just don't want any. Let's keep 1 copy. Get rid of a... Oh, this is tricky. Tricky. I think Eidolon is great in our deck. Maybe we only want 1 binding. Then we want Eidolon. Or maybe no bindings. We don't really use our graveyard that well. They do have escape. Like we could. That's the thing with binding is it mills 3. So if they have if it's in the middle of the game and I draw it, and this game's gonna go pretty long, I think it's gonna feel their escape card for the turn they need it. We'll play first. We will keep. Part 1 assembled. It exiles their escape, but it exiles their escape a little bit too late. So like the first step mills each player for 3. So if I cast that on turn 5 and they have this card in their graveyard, they can just bring that back and the exile of the escape doesn't matter. I like trading there. Destiny Spinner is really annoying if you're a counterspell deck. Luckily we are not. But in certain matchups that card is disgusting. Oh my gosh. We have the combo! Oh my gosh, we put it in our deck. We drew it. Oh, this is the dream. This is the dream. We also haven't seen much removal from them. Give me an island deck. Booyah. The problem is we do not have great removal for a Destiny for any of their creatures. We could have put it on this guy, attacked with both, and then Starlit Mantle this guy. Haha! Justice! Oh, get wrecked, opponent. They're gonna really struggle to deal with this guy now. Size beats everything. Whoever advised the combo. Oh, yes. Alamek advising but the Starlit Mantle must be at the ready. It was definitely at the ready. Boom! Oh, it's too good. It's just so good. Sure, bring back your Chainweb Arachneer. Hashtag must be chumped. And red-green really can't deal with this combo. Yes! Oh, I feel the victory flow within me. Oh, cheesing out wins. That's what we do best. They might not have thought of it. That's my most logical explanation. No, they're gonna have to chump next turn. No blocks. Boom, 9/9 City. And we have a good blocker there now.
Oh, no big deal. We'll block 100%. If they use a combat trick, they're less likely to be able to play a actual chump blocker. Sure. I am so scared of them having the Akroan War. It's like unbelievable. Well, you can't play around it, so. Might as well go for it. Problem with attacking
is I think we're going to get beat down by this. We need to draw something that lets us keep attacking. Like a 2/5 or something. Or trample. Oh, trample would be key. We have 1 4-runner left. We get a nice little scry here. Pelucranos would be close. There's a card. I think we actually want Skola Grove Dancer if we don't find a kill here. But I find that unlikely. Boom! Let's go. Trample. Well, we're definitely not bringing in any counter spells because we know they have that card. We could move on to the Splash White plan because they do have so many escape cards. I honestly don't hate it. Forerunners are probably okay to play. Okay, so we wanted to splash white. We'd bring in Amulet. We'd cut 1 forest for a plains. 69-69 for the win. Oh my gosh. You people and your crazy thoughts. Okay, we'll cut that for a plains. Basic lands. 1, 2, 3. Cut Eidolon. Cut. Honestly, I don't think it's worth going into white. It's just too tricky on the mana. And we don't have anything great to cut for it. I like Stern Dismissal. I kind of like Eidolon. I kind of like Nyxborn, but again, it's tricky. Let's just run it back. I do like Dreadful Apathy, but it just makes our mana needlessly worse. We really want to run Pelucranos. Binding of Titans is a real consideration. Okay, there's a great hand. On the draw, we have a few draw steps to hit a forest. Ichthyomorphosis can take care of an escape creature relatively permanently. Forest me. Are we really going to lose to not drawing an island, a forest? Wow, that's a really defensive start. I am disgusted by my deck right now. It's just sabotagey. Sabotagey. Sabotage. Wow. I'm definitely on board for the opponent doing nothing plan, though. I'm less on board with the me doing nothing plan, but taking 2 a turn is a small price to pay. Yep, give me a forest deck. Or just give me more useless islands. We have to make that a 0-1. I'd love to Mystic Repeal it. I would, but I just can't. A forest, we can play Pelucranos. We can play everything in our hand. Without forest, we're useless. I would love a forest. Thank you, deck. Much obliged. We're just going to play the biggest, baddest guy that we can. And then hope to draw another forest next turn. We really need to draw a forest before the sixth turn of the game. Oh my gosh. Thank goodness we have this Mystic Repeal. Arg, we can't fight the Scophos because we have to Mystic Repeal this stupid Nyxborn Colossus. Gosh darn it. Oh, man. They think we're holding up the fight.
But little do they know we're holding up our 1-mana spell because our entire hand is turned off. Ugh. We aren't going to block Scophos if they attack with it. We'll just have to take the 6. If they want to hit me for 6, I have to take it.
Actually, since they didn't attack with this, I can afford to flash in Omen to get another forest. So then I can start double spelling, doing all my stuff. And if I draw another forest, I can do even more stuff. Since they didn't attack with Nyxborn, I didn't have to use my removal on it now. So again, I think we just pass the turn. And we hold up Pelucranos Fight. If they discard a card, we'll fight the Scophos. Beautiful. Was it worth it, opponent? Was it worth it? No blocks. We're going to gain back the life with Nexus Warden plus Grove Dancers. Opponent had a really bad draw. They drew a lot of lands, so they had to waste their mana on this thing. Not waste, but they had to spend it on that instead of developing their board and crushing me while I was mana screwed. If we draw a forest this turn, I think it's over. Because we can go fight this, because we have 8 mana. Okay. That's okay by me. Ichthyomorphosis going to my graveyard gets me closer to the Pelucranos being active. Okay. The Arachnid is in the graveyard. I repeat, the Arachnid has entered the graveyard. Nessian Wanderer, sure. What are they even taking? Pelucranos? Really? Pelucranos is a 3/3, buddy. I guess all of my creatures having to attack is pretty bad. That makes it a little bit less bad. Honestly, this card is so dumb. So, these guys are all forced to attack. So what do I not mind attacking? I don't mind attacking with this guy. He'll suicide into that, but I want to keep my guys around. Really? They're doing that instead of bringing back the Arachnir? Oh, they had another land. Because making me suicide this guy seems pretty good. Yeah, my guys have to suicide in. But I am at 12. Really? I will. Emricodo, I will. I hope they realize this goes to my graveyard. Play my land because I might want to triple pump. Oh, that's why they didn't bother killing that. I don't know why they didn't kill this. I have 5 cards. This guy needs to exile 6, so I might want to stop my upkeep and scry. Sure, gain your life, matey. Now that a Crone War's gone, how do they win? Especially because this guy's still around. Yeah, I know, that's a cute combo. Cute, cute. I get it. Okay, that's a bummer. I do have a bounce spell in my deck. So I can... I think I just draw naturally. So this thing's going to get 4 counters next turn, which means I can still bring back Pelucranos and kill it. So I have... Yes, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I could block sack with this thing. I think I'm just going to develop my mana, though. I'm going to want to keep this guy around. I think I'm relatively out of enchantment, so I'm probably going to let this guy die. So I don't take 9. Okay, he's still going to take some damage. Actually, I have a decent number of enchantments left in my deck. This guy's probably going to gain me more than that in the long run. I'm really hoping they don't have Final Flare. If they fight one of my creatures. If they fight this thing, it's a real problem for me. Oh, shoot. Oh, that is so bad for me. Please attack with it. Yes. So I have 5 cards in my graveyard, so I need 6 for Pelucranos. I don't think I can beat Final Flare. I have some outs. My bounce spell would be really good here. But my current plan does not respond well to this massive creature. Oh gosh. Okay, so if I draw a land, I win. Never lucky. Wow. Wow! Oh my gosh, we play this whole game mana screwed. And then we lose it like that. Gosh darn it. It even has trample. Okay, our new plan is this. We have... looking for our bounce spell. There were 2 lands on top. Gosh, why? The pain and agony. We didn't really have a good chance to scry because we never had the green mana, His Highness Stannis. We always had to cast all of our green mana every turn. Gosh, if he hadn't had Warbriar Blessing, or if we just drawn a land instead of a Illyrios. Oh, that's so frustrating. So frustrating. We were so close. That entire game was just a real problem. Would have scried over playing the last dork. I was trying to gain life, but I guess that makes a little bit of sense. Because I was worried about just getting... if he just kills my stuff and then hits me with everything. I don't know. Yeah, I can see that. Just scrying instead of playing the 2/2. But hindsight's 20/20. Because I had the Caryatid, and they had to have a removal spell. I could have also fought this guy with Pelucrinus at some point. Oh well. We did get a little bit mana screwed there, so it's hard to win those games anyway. Oh well. Welcome to round 3. We will play first, and we will keep this hand. No, because we had the double chump. It would have been 6 cards, but we needed 6 cards and Pelucrinus. Oh, I'm not saying you are. I think your line is correct, His Highness Stannis. I'm actually going to play the Caryatid because it'll tap for 2 mana once I have the Typhon in play. Hello, Lamari. Lamaril, I mean. It's been pretty fun. I've been enjoying it. Yeah, I think I would have been able to make the comeback if I had not played the extra 2/2 and had instead used my Omen. Because then I would have found a land. Land or bounce, yeah. I was also just trying to make efficient plays because I did have the Caryatid on the board. I guess because Pelucrinus was a known trick, it was like less of a certainty. So if they were going to kill the Caryatid if they had removal. Ugh. Definitely disappointing to lose that last round in such a close fashion. There's also some argument to just not playing anything else at all and just sacking the card to draw 3. Or for siding into white to deal with all their stuff. There's honestly a lot of arguments there. I should have sacked this on upkeep, probably. Sure. We'll actually put that on top because it starts letting us use our lands for benefit. No need to attack there. Heck yes. Trample his bay. Oh, I messed up. Whoops. Well, no, not quite. We've still got this. I could have just played you the Eutropia first. Those were 3 very good spells. Okay. Wow, exactly 21. So we almost did blow it. Haha! Take that. Okay. Yeah, not having Hydras in the main deck was definitely a mistake. Okay, so I think we just run it back.
Let's go. Oh, that was a nice stretch. Nice little. Ah. Yeah, would have been nice to win that other match, but we messed it up. I think we could have probably splashed white for 3 Dreadful Apathies in that matchup. It probably would have been okay. The Crowan War was really irritating and hard to deal with as well. but no use crying over spilt milk. We'll keep. Also, we dealt with Mana Screw for a lot of that game. That's not really an excuse, though. We should have won. Just feels bad. Hard to think about. Let's just go for it. Vamonos! I've essentially stopped playing around counter spells on turn 3. There's just so many other things they could have. I think we get rid of Eidolon. Next turn we'll bounce this guy. We weren't gonna play this until we were probably not gonna do that until we drew this. We were probably gonna go Pelucrinus, hold up Stern Dismissal. This is gonna work out really well. Because then next time we can play Pelucrinus and hold up the fight. I made most of the decisions correctly. It's just hard to make them all right. I always have this like, not like fear of Twitch chat, but like a fear of Twitch chat. Not Twitch chat, YouTube comments, because there's always that one person that like doesn't realize I'm a human being and just says like, "Wow, why are you so garbage?" And it kind of bugs me sometimes. Well, that works out perfectly for us. Nope, that would have been terrible tapping. I am human, Air Mercado. I am. No! He's gone! My hero, my baby! Beauty incarnate. We're gonna play this before we play the Sea Guard. No need to miss out on 2 life. Play another creature. No. Well, they're gonna take my final death anyway, so gonna have to final death this thing. Goodbye, sweet bounce spell. I hardly knew ye. Goodbye, beautiful graveyard. I will miss your beauty. See, 5 cards from the graveyard is a lot of cards. No, not the harpy. Not the harpy. I've been thinking about it, Lamaril. I'm a little sad that they didn't invite me to their beta, but such is life. Wow. I now have lethal on board. Onboard lethal. What is this madness? Hit me. Hit me with your best shot. This guy untaps too. You've got to be kidding me. I no longer have any black cards. No! Scry me a river. Don't need the land though. No! Come on, deck! You got this! Oh, if they hit me, it's such a bad sign! It's such a bad sign! 2 lethal threats. Haha! Yes! We did it! Taste it. 3rd omen of the hunt! All the omens. Oh, booyah. Got the win. I'll see you in the next round. Round 4, we're keeping this hand. We've got good mana, a mana sink, and now a game plan. Haha. Oh, that's really a bummer. We're going to just start self-milling. I don't think we want to go for this early in the game. The odds of them having removal is just astronomical. It's more of a late game card. It does seem like a very YOLO format sometimes. Hard agree. I cannot block Temple Thief. I cannot block him, Sam I Am. I cannot block him with a Satyr Grove Dancer. I cannot block him with a 5-mana 5/3 enchantment creature. Might as well offer the trade. Interesting, Lamaril. That figures. Illyrius would have actually been pretty good there. Oh well. Not as good as the Pelucranos when we draw it a turn sooner. That'll show him. The important thing when you lose is to learn something from it. So I learned that I need to do a little bit of extra thinking about what actually matters on a board state in that one match that we lost. And also consider siding into my removal spells when I know they have so many escape creatures and all-in cards. We will be able to cast our spells when we draw them. That's perfect. Everything is going as I have foreseen.
I think our opponent's sitting on a hand of removal, while they slowly hit us with a 2/2. That's probably the closest we're going to get to value. Fizzling a Mogus's favor. Oh, baby. That's what we needed. Nice little Landaruni. Scry action. Attack with Caryatid. Well, I regret everything. We blew our best card against Nessie and Boar on a... Oh, no. Oh, dear. I don't really think we need those lands. Just going out on a limb here. Oh, we needed one, I guess. Our deck knows best. We're dead on board. Gosh darn it. No! Oh, that was so bad. Oh, sad day. Well. Deny the Divine's probably pretty good. And Mystic Repeal did not seem great. Whew, baby. Let's get some cool Enigmatic Incarnation combos flowing. Why? Whoa. Thank you so much, Wishka, for the follow. I really appreciate it. We kept this hand. We have this thing that we can play. Once we hit a forest, we're pretty good. I don't know. The tragedy. Yes! Oh my gosh, we actually hit the card we needed to for once. I honestly thought this day would never come. Clearly we're hacking, obviously. Oh man. Bummer. To be honest, I expected that though. Nyxborn cannot block Temple Thief. It's purely a racing tool. Nexus Warden can block it though. Oh, read it and weep, opponent. Read it and weep. Our hand is so deeply mediocre. You don't hit anything with your 2-mana card. You hit something that's very medium. If I were them, I would get rid of Nexus Wardens. It's going to gain me at least 2 life. It blocks the Temple Thief. Just seems like the best card to get rid of. I really want to top deck Pelucranos right now because that would just be amazing. They use their discard spell and then I top deck my bomb the turn after. It's always great. Good choice, opponent. I respect it. Labyrinth of Scoffos. Please attack with the Elysian Caryatid. You know, we probably don't even need the Skola Grove Dancer. We'd probably rather just keep it so we can discard it. We don't want to trade 2 damage for 1 damage.
Okay, so they can sacrifice something if they want. Honestly, discarding 2 lands is just better than getting rid of a Grove Dancer now. We can start milling 2 cards a turn. We gain 2 life for every land we mill. So we're not actually in that bad of shape. We have taken 4. I wonder if this was sideboard tech. I don't think it was. I think they played against me in game 1, actually. Yeah, and I bounced it. Do I play League of Legends? I do from time to time. I haven't played it in a while. But I've actually made a couple videos on it on my YouTube channel. Because I just play it for fun, but... Carry it down. Are you talking about Aphelios? I think we just ramp, scry, take another 4, and then we start milling. I haven't played him yet. I kind of don't enjoy the complicated champions as much a lot of the time. Okay, what you gonna get, Lamia? Will answer me this. Okay, that's pretty good. Get our forest. Scry 2. Honestly, I am so not impressed with that card right now. I really don't want Hydra's Growth. I'm just going to die. It's just going to get my guy killed. And it doesn't deal with this guy at all. Which isn't, like, going to lose me the game, but it will soon. Because these guys will gain me some life. Really? I think I'm just going to mill 2 more cards. No, I'm gonna... Ah, it's so tricky. We needed that one to be a land so we could gain some life. You gotta be kidding me. Really, guys? Guys, no! Oh, the pain. Oh, the agony. Oh my gosh. That Temple Thief just dominated me. Ouch. Our deck failed us completely. If that is going to do it for this draft video, if you did make it all the way till the end, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag
Enigmatic Lands, because we had that enigmatic card, whatever that one's called. I forget what it's called. The cool enchantment. It was pretty fun when it went off, but we also drew a lot of lands and got color screwed frequently. So, which doesn't normally go in tandem, but it worked for us. Anyway, we didn't get the best result, but I think the deck was definitely pretty good, and we just struggled from poor draws and that one misplay that probably cost us the match. Anyway, if you did enjoy it, remember to hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment in the comment section down below, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos, and I will talk to you next time. Also, you can check out the Twitch stream to catch all the action live, twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas.